Hello, 7th graders. Today we're going to be working on page 299 in your math book, and this is lesson 5. So first, go ahead and write your name. And we're going to talk a little bit about mixed numbers and how to add and subtract them. So before I even start anything, what's a mixed number? I'm talking to you guys as if you're in my class and as if you can answer back, even though it's a video. But a mixed number is, here's some examples. 1 and 1/2. 2 and 3/4. 5 and 6/8. Something like that. Those are all mixed numbers because you're given a whole number and a fraction. And that's the key thing, is whole number and a fraction together is a mixed number because it's mixed. Alrighty, so to add or subtract mixed numbers, first we want to add or subtract the fractions. And if it's necessary, we're going to rename them using the least common denominator, or LCD. Then after that, we're going to add or subtract the whole numbers. And simplify as always. This is a lot of words, but once we do practice, it'll be better. I feel like I always say the same thing in the videos. Sometimes when you subtract mixed numbers, the fraction in the first mixed number is less than the fraction in the second mixed number. In this case, rename one or both of the fractions in order to subtract. So let's jump right to example 1. Oops. I didn't actually jump, but something did fall. Okay, so we have 7 and 4/9 plus 10, and 2 9s. And then we want to make sure we write that in simplest form. So what it told us above is it says to go ahead and add together the whole numbers first. Or actually, no, sorry, it says to add the fractions first. So let's do that. The fractions, we have 4 9s and 2 9s. But remember, we need to make sure that we have our common denominator. If we don't, we need to fix that. Here we do, so we're just going to add together 4 9s plus 2 9s is equal to 6 9s. And we can simplify that by dividing by 3 to get 2/3. So we added our fractions. So number 1, add fractions. Second part, add whole numbers. So our whole numbers now, we had 7 and 10. 7 plus 10, hopefully we all agree, equals 17. So 7 and 4 9s plus 10 and 2 9s is equal to 17 and 2/3. Because we just added our fractions, we got 2/3, added our whole numbers, and we got 17, and we put them together, and we made that mixed number. Okay. For example 2, I definitely meant to give you a little bit more room than that, because that is no room. So I apologize. But example 2, we are subtracting. So example 2, same idea. We are going to, let's write it the other way this time. Let's write it vertically. So we want to subtract. So we have our whole numbers and we have our fractions. But notice here in our fractions, we don't have the same denominator, so we need to rewrite it. Luckily, we have our least common denominator of 6. So we don't need to rewrite 5/6. We only need to rewrite 1/3. And that will become 2/6. And then we're going to keep 5/6. So all I did was I just rewrote 2 1/3 to 2 2/6. And then again, same thing. 5/6 minus 2/6, we get 3/6, which is 1/2. And 8 minus 2 is 6, so we get 6 1/2. You can also check your answer by kind of just estimating. So 8 5/6 is really close to 9, and 2 1/3 is close to 2. So if I did 9 minus 2, I'd get 7. 6 1/2 is close to 7, so that makes sense. When you're ready, feel free to go try A and B on your own. Alrighty, for part A, I'm going to write it vertically again. That is supposed to be an 8. 6 1/8 plus 2 5/8, same denominator for my fractions. 1/8 plus 5/8 is equal to 6/8. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 and 6/8 we can simplify to get 8 3/4. Okay. B, I'm going to show you something different. So for B, there's another way that you can figure this out. I don't know if a lot of you enjoy, maybe not enjoy is the right word, prefer mixed numbers or improper fractions, but something else you can do is you can turn these mixed numbers into improper fractions. But first, we need to have a common denominator. So 5 1/2, we want a common denominator of 10. So that's going to be equal to 5 2/10. So let's turn 5 2/10 into a improper fraction. Remember, we're really doing 10 times 5 is 50, plus 2 is 52 over 10. So that's my improper fraction. Let's go ahead and do the same thing with 2 3/10. 10 times 2 is 20, plus 3 is 23, all over 10. So our new equation is 52/10 plus 23/10. 52 plus 23, we get 75 over 10, which can be written, if we want to put it back to a mixed number, 10 is going to be our denominator. How many times does 10 go into 75? 7. 7 times 10 is 70, and then we have 5 left over. So our answer here would be 7 1/2. So that's just another way to do it. I know a lot of people do prefer that way. Let's go ahead and flip the page. Okay, we have E, D, and C, D, E, and F as well.